king of Moab, stood atop his palace walls, his eyes fixed on the horizon. His heart pounded as he gazed at the endless sea of tents stretching across the plains. Israel had arrived, millions of them, camped on his borders like a storm ready to break. He had heard the stories. Egypt, the mightiest empire, had fallen before them. The Red Sea had parted for them, then swallowed Pharaoh's army whole. The Amorite kings, Sihon and Og, rulers Balak himself had feared, had been crushed beneath their feet. Israel was not just another wandering tribe. They were unstoppable. Moab's warriors were not strong enough to fight them. The armies of their allies would not be enough. But Balak was not a man to surrender easily. If swords and spears could not defeat Israel, perhaps words could. He needed a weapon not of steel but of curses. Far to the east, there was a man named Balaam, a prophet known throughout the lands. His words carried power. Whoever he blessed prospered, and whoever he cursed fell. Balak knew that if Balaam could be persuaded, Israel's fate could be sealed. Balak sent his messengers, men of rank and wealth, with silver and gold to entice the prophet. "Come at once," they pleaded. "Curse this people for us, for they are too mighty. Perhaps then we will defeat them." But Balaam refused. "The Lord has forbidden me to go," he said. Balak was not a man to take no for an answer. If more wealth was needed, then more wealth he would send. He gathered a second group, greater in number and honor than the first. "Let nothing hinder you from coming," the messengers urged. "I will reward you richly. Whatever you ask, I will do. Only come and curse them." At last, Balaam agreed, but with conditions. He would speak only what God allowed. It was not the answer Balak wanted, but it was enough. The prophet was coming. When Balaam finally arrived, Balak greeted him with impatience. "Did I not send for you? Why did you delay? Do you not know I have power to honor you?" Together, they climbed to a high place, where the Israelite camp lay spread before them like an ocean. Balak's fingers tightened into fists. "Curse them for me," he commanded. Balaam lifted his hands, but instead of a curse, his voice rang with a blessing. "How can I curse whom God has not cursed? How can I denounce whom the Lord has not denounced?" Balak's face darkened. "What have you done to me? I brought you to curse them, and you have blessed them. We must try again," he insisted, leading Balaam to another vantage point. Again, Balaam raised his voice, and again, blessing flowed forth. "God is not a man, that he should lie, nor a son of man, that he should change his mind. Behold, I have received a command to bless. He has blessed, and I cannot revoke it." Balak's frustration boiled into rage. "If you will not curse them, at least do not bless them." Yet he was not ready to give up. He led Balaam to a third place, hoping a different view would bring a different answer. But once more, Balaam's words defied him. "Blessed is everyone who blesses you, and cursed is everyone who curses you." That was the final straw. Balak's patience snapped. "Enough! Go home. I would have made you rich, but the Lord has kept you from honor." Balaam left, but Balak's hatred did not. If Israel could not be cursed, perhaps they could be corrupted. Before Balaam departed, he whispered a dark secret into Balak's ear. "If you want them to fall, do not fight them. Tempt them. Send your women to seduce them. Lead them to bow before your gods. If they sin, their own God will punish them." Balak listened. Soon, Moabite women entered the Israelite camp, luring the men into idolatry. Israel's strength wavered, not by the power of war, but by the weakness of the flesh. A plague swept through them, killing thousands. For a moment, Balak thought he had won. But judgment came swiftly. The Lord's anger burned, and Israel rose against Moab. Their warriors fell, their schemes unraveled. Even Balaam, the prophet Balak had once sought, was slain. Balak's name faded into history, not as a victorious king, but as a man who fought against God and lost. His fear had led him to battle against the will of the Almighty, and no wealth, no profit, no curse could change what God had already blessed.